This is a story for those who wished that they could truly read between the lines of the book they were reading and see the world of the story through the eyes of the author. For those who wished that they could make nonfiction from fiction. For those who wished that dreams were true. This is a story of a group of wayward friends who came together from the far reaches of two worlds to come together and to help make dreams reality. This is Hazeltown Story. Hello and welcome to Hazeltown Story, episode 31. So we are now actually in this will come from the last session of this arc. So the end of this arc is actually ahead of us. And we are in the, actually for the first time, we have actually gone into 4 sessions rather than 3. So this is part 10 of Temporary Secretary. So, yeah, I was not expecting this arc to go so long, but, oh well, you just roll with what was given. If this is your first episode listening to this show or arc, I highly recommend you go and listen to previous episodes in this arc, or if you're just joining us for the first time, probably want to start with the first episode, as you do with most kind of story-based things. But yeah, just to kind of give you a wrap-up of what happened last time. Basically what happened was the group had located where Sophie was at and basically tried to find her in a home, but ended up scaring her away, scaring her into a forest, and they could not find her. So we are now reconvening and trying to figure out what to do from there. So this session we have same players as last time, has been throughout this entire arc. We got Carnival playing Elmis Graner, who is our technomancy expert and kind of tech geek of the group. We have Deathmaster 780 playing Bob B, who is kind of a sleaze elemental and all around can get you what you want, but you might want to wash your hands first. And you got Norman Rafferty, who is playing Toscin, who is a kind of jack of all trades, kind of curious what our group is doing. And we have TorpidTypist playing Iravia, the chaos cow who likes to hit things with chairs and kick down doors. Lockpit them with her foot. So yeah, no other... I'm sorry I missed last week's episode, but there was a multitude of things that prevented us from doing a recording session last week. And I did not want to, even if we were able to record, I don't think it would have been of a quality that I would have preferred. So yeah, we just went ahead and did, we just had an episode of Retro Ink Rhapsody, so unfortunately we missed a week, but we should at least have 3 more weeks ahead of us. Actually, there should be, as I am looking at the schedule right now, I have the next arc, the first recording session will be on February 12th of 2021, and that will be... you'll have to find out because I'll not necessarily don't want to get things confused. But yes, there are going to be 3 more episodes of this arc, and then some things that happened, 2 episodes that happened in between. And then I almost did it again. February 25th should be the first episode of the new arc. So yeah. That is all I really have to tell you. I don't think there was anything... We didn't have any weird audio issues. This time we almost had a recording that was missing quite a few things, but it seems like the recording that I got here should have everything. I did notice that there might be some weird volume levels, but unfortunately I couldn't really repair that. It sounded fine from the little bit of spot checking that I did. So hopefully that should be good. But I apologize if there's any sort of weird sound issue that you come across or low volume. I tried to normalize it in a way that you could hear everyone, but unfortunately there might be some cases with some weird audio balancing because audio balancing is always a problem. So yeah, I guess with that, let's go ahead and just go right into the session. So with this new session, just a small recap of what happened, just to kind of put you where you're kind of at as a group. So last time, you had tried to find Sophie, the secretary, at her acquaintance Martin's home, and she vacated the premises in mysterious ways. So you essentially tried to look for her in a nearby forest, the Misty Lake Forest to be specific. However, you kind of spent the night there. You had help from the local DPAS unit, the one that Toby kind of is the leader of, and you are basically going to you spent the night, you could not find her. Yep. And basically you laid out some of those Magellan's cameras, so you do have some data on what all was in that forest in the night that could potentially help you. But you probably, let's just say it's the next day, and you kind of group up to or basically you probably should get together to figure out what you're going to do.
So I figure, we go meet up at the library, since that seems like the most logical spot?
Probably, yes.
Yeah, the woods were awash. For now. I will hunt her down.
DM Rafferty?
Huh? No, I agreed.
Okay. Sorry, I was just...
Sorry. Yeah, no, we didn't, find anything.
I'm afraid of no ghost.
So, my character's kind of at an impasse because in character, I'm becoming disgusted with the entire affair.
Oh, just now?
It's been building. It's kind of like she wants to be left alone, and we have no reason to be bothering her.
I mean, I do.
You don't have a good reason to be bothering her.
Spite is a powerful motivator, I will have you know.
It is. So yeah, I would just go home and take a bath.
You'll never be able to wash off the filth.
No, I will.
So I figure at this point, we're gonna probably just meet up at there, and then we just show up at Tacent's place saying, "Hey."
Right, you can do that. I'm going to the library.
Yeah, of course, heading to the library.
Bobby's just went home and went to the library.
Okay, so Elmis, Bobby, and Iravia are at the library, and Tacent, you're just going to stay home, or are you going to begrudgingly go to the library?
Why are we meeting at the library again? Is that our rendezvous point?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
There's stuff you have to do there.
I would want to go home first because I actually have a job. So I'm going to go check out my own, business and answering machine. I'm not going to go to the library. I'm going to have to pass.
All right. Okay, so it's you three at the library. You can basically, let's say it's sometime around noon. Or what time would you want to meet up at?
Well, say noon. So
yeah, because
woods. So
yeah, it's just getting back from the woods. Yeah, noon sounds about right.
All right. So the library is open for the general public. So there are some people there. It's not super busy, but there are some people around. There are quiet meeting rooms, and basically there's none of no one else of note is there, other than it's not like the crew is there. So it is just the library is just open for business.
Mm.
At least at the moment.
So,
Bobby will stroll in fashionably late, quite pleased with himself, and say to Elmis and Iravia, "You two will be quite pleased to know that I've been getting calls all this morning from our successful sales trip yesterday.
I really don't care.
nice.
Oh,
Happy to help.
I do this." He pulls out a wad of cash, divides it in half, and hands one to Iravia and one to Elmis.
Just Iravia immediately just rips it out of his hands.
Pleasure doing
Without a
business.
second thought.
None for the snake oil salesman. If they show up, hiding behind houses does not get you pay.
Anyway, so I picked up the cameras from last night. So, Lola, what would I roll for?
Sure.
Do I need to roll anything, or just can I get the data?
Let me check to see my handy dandy guide. What did I say about this? No, that's wrong. I did sensor work. Okay, that's fine. You could plug like one of the cameras in to see if like what kind of data it was. You won't be able to like you can like I'm trying to figure out how to phrase it. Basically, you're not going to be able to like recreate a perfect picture from it, but basically, what you'll be able to do is like say like at timestamp thing, there is this sensing thing. It's kind of when you make like a triangulation of them that.
All right,
you
cool.
can
In
do
that case,
something.
we'll do the triangulation work.
Let me see. Let me just kind of see what that would need. Just trying to think.
Either computers, I would imagine.
Oh, actually, so the thing is, in order to like get a actually, I should phrase it like this. In order to get like the picture of that, you'll need like to do like a scrying session like we did for the last couple things.
Okay,
Like,
that makes sense.
Yeah, so you'll need like basically someone to like recreate the screen with or the scene with some other data as well, because by itself it's not going to make a whole lot of sense.
That makes sense.
Who else do we need for that? Henry and who else?
You'll need Henry and Bibley. You'll need probably Rhapsody and Lomi, because you need the person to put you under, the person to check out to make sure that you're okay in the like medically while you're doing it, and you'll need the 2 readers.
All right.
Time to make some calls.
They should be available. Let's say, and like especially
Bobby will go make the calls, and he'll say to the other two, "One of y'all want to rouse the ghost?"
Elmis points to Iravia.
Yeah, what? I mean, I guess I could. I mean, what do you mean? Sorry,
Wake up,
I was, and I could. So is Bibley's book out in the open?
no. You could go and talk to the librarian on staff. Knows where she is.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that.
Asiri, the librarian, is there.
Who better for a rude awakening than Iravia?
All right. So you'll go over to her, and she's like, "Oh, okay." She kind of. I was going at.
I said, "Cass is there too, right?" Because they were with us in the woods.
I guess. Yeah, I guess he would be there as well. So he is kind of there in the background.
Cass is just vibing.
Well,
Yeah.
get him to make calls too, since they're his actual friends.
Yep. So Cass is working on getting the crew together. So Iravia, you since they don't want her exactly like Bibley kind of to be like super public. That the kind of thing in the back, they kind of wait, or she kind of waits until no one's around there. Basically, goes over to the locked thing that she is in. She unlocks it. And she says to you, "Is like, okay, we can get her out. The thing is that there's some back rooms that should be empty. Go ahead and take her there and before you actually do anything, let's not keep this out in the open.
Okay, okay.
So basically, she
Right.
unlocks it and she hands you Billy's book.
Iravia snatches it up and heads for one of the back rooms.
All right. Elmis is gonna follow. Probably will wait. This is 70, so we can't send a text, but just
Actually, you can because it's Magitech. Remember,
Only you were
Right.
the telepathic pirate still.
right.
because in the little quick guide thing, I listed some technology that you have access to. One of them is a portable data assistant, which is basically your cell phone at this point, which
Okay.
I would imagine Elmis would have.
Yes. Which just they don't figure that Tacent is going to come back, but out of courtesy, they're going to just keep them in the loop of just, hey, this is what's happening. Bye.
Also, to make sure that Rafferty's not just sitting by himself this entire campaign, or this entire session, rather.
Just Rafferty the entire.
Oh yeah, I've got a
session in
phone.
tub, depressed.
Okay, so Elmis lets you know. So, are you coming to the library to go on this kind of sensing thing, or this scrying session, which basically, you'll get put into a trance, and then you'll be able to walk around a recreation of essentially what's going to be the woods at this point.
Well, we already walked around once. I'm going to let these guys do it and then tell me what they find.
Oh,
All
this
right.
might take a while. So
I know. That's why I'm going to go back to my job and fill orders while you guys do that.
no, I mean in session. This is going to take a while. So it might be
Really?
a while. It's a big.
It depends.
Uh,
This could be the majority of the session.
Oh, okay. That seems weird, but okay. I thought this was just when you say scrying, this is just gathering information, right? We're not actually going anywhere.
Right, but it depends upon how long you want to stay in the thing to poke around.
I mean, since we could probably keep, since this isn't a focus, so I'm sure we can probably keep this one as one of the shorter ones. So
You could.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just a little confused because we actually made an excellent intel roll last time, but didn't find anything. So, but if you think I should come along, I'll come along.
In case this goes long, yeah. So you're not sitting by yourself, Rafferty.
Okay, I come along.
All right. So in that case,
anyway.
So basically, Cass kind of calls Rhapsody and Lomi. They're both on their way here. Iravia, you have taken Bibli and taken her to a back room, which is also one of the rooms that you had your first couple scrying sessions in from the other arcs.
Mm-hmm.
You are basically there. I would say that Cass also calls Henry along to help with, do the reading stuff. So you take Bibli, Iravia, you take Bibli to the back room. Is there anything you do once you get in there?
I slam that book down and whip it the fuck open. Tactics for losers.
Okay.
Get punched by a ghost.
Let me see. Let me just take a look at something. This is not going to help. But
look, Iravia has never been known for her delicacy.
Let's see.
I guess this whole campaign is a testament to that.
Exactly.
You open the. I'll just do it like this. You open the book, and the moment that the book opens, you see Bibli's face in the two pages, looking very terse. Yes.
Wakey.
Is there
We got
something
shit
you
to
need?
do.
All right. What am I doing this time?
We're hunting down a forest ghost.
A ghost, you say?
Yeah, I figure. Yeah, someone like you, except from the woods, so probably a bit more free.
Yes. I mean, if they're in the woods, they'll turn to me eventually.
I mean, I think they're a ghost. I don't really know.
Well, I guess that's what you need me to help you with.
Yeah, we need to do some fucking, what is it? Scrying bullshit.
Yeah, it is close enough. I take
And
it you're getting the others.
Yeah, I'm assuming Elmis has done all the legwork.
All right. I guess I'll stay here then.
Good.
At this point, Elmis is probably just setting everything up, just with their data, putting it all, plugging it up, and just ahead of time for everybody else.
Actually, I forgot that there is actually a third person that would be, or another person that would be involved. You need radio to help record the data from it, which I am just going to say that Cass also basically got a hold of her.
So basically, we need everyone except Theron and.
Basically, you need everyone except for Theron and Lila.
Yeah, that's the other one.
Theron is the financier
Money.
/ the manager, and Lila is just another runner.
Lila's just happy to be here.
Essentially, she's essentially your history person.
So I can assume everyone's grouped up and ready to go.
Yeah, let's just say like 30 minutes pass and everyone kind of gets together. The chairs are kind of set in the center so that you four can go ahead. Well, I guess I guess Cass technically was also there, so we'll say Cass is along. So you five are sitting in the center of the room, and basically everyone is in position. Rhapsody is getting her instrument ready to be able to start the trance. Lomi's kind of has learned not to be super touchy this time and to kind of be able to, he has figured out a way to get your measurement or like your vitals from afar using animancy.
Bobby waggles his eyebrows and Lomi says, "Oh, you can take my pulse all you want, sir."
Bobby, shut the fuck up.
Rhapsody looks at Lomi very teasingly, and Lomi looks kind of annoyed. But yes.
Bobby, why do you open your mouth?
To sell merchandise.
First honest answer all day.
And then Radia's getting her computer set up to kind of record all this. Henry is preparing with Bibli. Henry has gone into the library to help with the thing. He has gotten some maps of the region and also some history of the area to basically provide a backdrop for the data. So there is that. Everyone is getting prepared. Is there anything you want to do before the session starts?
No.
Nah.
I will also say before this, because we are going into the scrying thing, there are two ways that you can go into the scrying session. You can either do the thing in which you are all ghosts, essentially, so you can kind of walk around and you not as a presence that is in the world. So there is also the one in which you can walk around and do stuff, but you're thinking ghost?
Yeah, ghost, because we just need information at this point. We don't need to physically interact.
I have no
Also,
say in this.
we're there in the past, so we'll be seeing ourselves.
I suppose. Well, they can rub you out for that. Like, you can not necessarily have to see that, or you'll just show up as like blank people.
For sure. Yeah, if we're doing the ghost things, I imagine we'd be there in the past.
Yeah. So in that case, you won't really have to worry about equipment. But in that case, I guess that really wouldn't matter because yeah, you won't be able to. Yeah. Okay, so equipment's not an issue. So if you're going to go in as Ghost, there's nothing really to worry about there. So at this point, basically Henry says to you, "All right, it looks like we're all ready to start. Is there anything you need before we get going?"
No.
Attachment is suffering. I'm ready.
As I'll ever be.
All right. Henry kind of says, "Well, with that, Rhapsody, go ahead and put him under." And at this point, Rhapsody you start to hear her kind of focus and start to play music. You start to hear the music, and as you kind of hear it, you start to feel yourself kind of slowly lose consciousness, but in like a start to go to sleep way, and you all fall asleep. As you fall asleep, you essentially start to feel like you are having a dream, and in that dream, you are standing essentially by that camp that you were at, or like you're standing at the side of the lake. Or
Bobby.
What was that?
Said Bobby stands, looks over the camp and whistles and said, look at that sexy beast, pointing at himself.
Why are you like this?
I was gonna say, when you all kind of realize you're in a dream, you all can see each other, but no one else can see you. When you see yourselves in the past, you see essentially. Have you ever seen the movie Scanner Darkly?
No.
Yes.
So you essentially see,
Like,
people there.
Abstract versions of ourselves.
Yeah, pretty much. You see like figures that are of your shape, but they don't really have any distinguishing features. So you're there, but it's not specifically you.
Even in abstract, I'm damn handsome.
So you all wake up. You were all there. You were all ghost. You can essentially move as you wish. And I will give you this. You should be able to. Those. I'm just trying to think how to phrase this. You all can go around. Let's just say, actually, if you need something, just let me know what it is. Like, if you think like, if you open up, I'm gonna copy on. If you need anything like in the, let's see, most of you are in there. If you go to the magical utility tab, and you need any of the things that are on there, just let me know.
Well, I have. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, because if you want basically anything, just let me know.
All right, but so my first thought is, Elvis is going to go to the edge of the forest closest to where Marta's home was, and wants to see it from the time that we first saw Sophie. Well, we saw the opening of the window of when we broke into the house, and try and see if you can see if we can see any entrance of Sophie to the forest at that point.
Okay.
Yeah, that's also what I would want to do, so I'll follow you.
Okay. So let's just say that, just to make this a little bit easier for you, as you all kind of start to move, you hear a voice in the sky, like essentially a voice from the sky, essentially, that is basically saying, that is Henry's voice, that is saying, if you need us to set you to a specific time, just let us know. If not, we can look through the data and see when some like key points are. If you want us to look for something specific.
Well, then yeah, Elmis is going to give the. I don't remember. Me as Carnival doesn't remember what time it was, but Elmis is going to.
Yeah, I gotcha. So you want to go to like when she originally flew out of the house?
Yes.
Okay. So you kind of see this basically in an instant. You kind of, it goes back to I believe this was in midday, like around 2-ish. I believe was in the original when the incident happened. Oh right, it was 4 because it was right around when, like an hour before you got home from work. It is now 4 p.m. on that day. You are all in the forest. You can choose where you want to go, and if what you want to do with things.
All right. So yeah, first things first. We're gonna see if we can get any sort of like measurements of when she left the house and see any directional kind of things like that.
Okay. So in that case, I take it that, let's see. You would want to kind of see if you can find any sort of magical energy that happened at this point. Okay. I'm trying to think of how I want you to roll for that. Any specific device that you kind of want to use for that? I guess you'd want to use an energy detector for that.
Yeah. Yes, the EMF detector.
You want to use, yes.
But yeah, what, computers or mechanics?
So that would actually be technomancy.
Ah, okay.
So let me get your sheet up.
That's
that would
2 yellow, 2 green.
Okay, 2 yellow, 2 green. Let's go ahead and say, So you're just going to try. I'm trying to think of how I want to have you roll for this, because I feel what kind of direction do you want to aim the thing in? Like
First aiming
got
it
the
from in,
remote.
so aiming it at towards the window and then like that area.
Okay. I am going to say, make that a. What is the? Okay. You are going to do a roll. Let's make that an average.
2 purple in, right?
Yep, 2 purple. Okay, so you roll,
Yes, at last.
Okay, so you roll 2 successes, 2 advantage, and a triumph. I am gonna have this as your outcome. You kind of pointed towards the direction of the house. You, in fact, you kind of you actually see the window open, and you see nothing come out. But as you kind of are waving the thing around, you are able to actually not only detect that there is something in the direction, like you were able to actually trace a path that is going from the window deeper into the woods.
All right, time to chase that trail.
And you can tell the strength of it, that it is definitely not just a blip. It is, if you were to say, oh, I don't know, on a 1 to 5 scale of strength on this thing, you would read about 3. So you can definitely tell it is not something that's just or like a 4. Like it is not something that it is it's not like an anomaly that's like
I hate you
interference. But yeah. So you can't put EMF level 5 in your journal yet.
All right, but still, that's enough. Elvis needs to just start going down that, follow the trail.
Yeah, I follow Elmis.
All right. So Bobby, what are you doing? Oh,
Smoke.
so you're just smoking a cigar, doing not much at the moment.
Yes.
All right. Iravia, what are you doing?
I mean, I'll follow along because I figure Elmis got a better nose for this than I do at the moment. Unless I can pick up bad vibes, but I probably can as a ghost.
Well, you do also have technomancy, so you could, in theory, use some of these, because you did give yourself a little bit. So you could try fiddling with it. This thing that you maybe. Fair enough.
I'll just follow Elmis for the time being. There's no need to overcomplicate it.
I figure that it's the case, like your use of knowledge of technomancy was looking stuff up on the internet so you could try and make your thing better, and you also found some side knowledge of how
Is there
to do it.
To assist a role in this game?
Yes, there is actually. I believe that. Yes, now that I think about it, I believe that if you want to assist, for each person that is assisting in the thing, the person gets an additional blue die to their roll.
Oh, so I don't even need skill to help assist.
I think you need like 1 or 2. I think you need a rank in it, but you don't. It's not. I don't think more ranks would help more, unless you have like a talent for it.
All right.
Also, fucking Carnival slammed it out of the park, so there's no need to worry too much.
Yeah. Also, it's technically too late to assist, but anyway. So, how do I want to do this? Because I don't want to just have like a giant map. You know what? Give me 1 second. Try something there. Well, that's not gonna help me anyway. So you go a bit deeper into the forest, And the thing with the forest is that it is kind of trying to think how to phrase it. There's like not a mountain chain, but is some like large rock, like it's essentially a rock wall that's kind of going kind of in a L shape alongside the forest. Like if you think about the forest as essentially the shape of a square, two sides to, like, let's just say for example, the left and top are rock, and then the residential area is like to the right and to the left, or like to the bottom. So it kind of chases you along part of a wall, and you basically you were able to trace it that it was going in this direction.
Okay, so at that point, is there any specific spot that we found that's like now we're just I'm getting higher readings, or is it still?
You're still kind of tracing it. You're able to like take a path to let's say you haven't gone quite to the wall, but you're in the forest going towards the wall.
Okay. At this point, I guess start probing the wall itself.
So, okay, so let's say that you kind of come across the wall. It is a very long wall that you essentially don't have. You feel like when you're doing the tracing, you feel that it is kind of going into the wall. Like it's like doing a line that's going like it would be going through the wall, essentially at this point.
Okay, at this point. All right, Tacent, I need you to give me a boost and try and throw me over the wall.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Let me phrase it like this. It's not like a fence. It is a rock formation. Like it's almost like a hill. Like it's a large
wall. So I assume it's a barrier to progress.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of what the geological term for it is, but it's essentially like this huge, like L-shaped. I don't want to say like it's not a full-on mountain, but it is like
a butte,
kind of like a butte. Like
so
you kind of can see
platform on all sides that with a sheer drop.
Yes.
Okay.
Like
yeah, you want to so there might be something on top of it. Well, that's so weird. You said it's L-shaped. Is this a natural formation?
Yes.
Huh. Well, that does happen.
I should say that you don't see that it's necessarily going over. You see that it's going into it.
Huh.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Are we sure this is a butte? I'm going to poke at it. This isn't some sort of like burial mound or submerged structure?
No, it is rock. Like it is rock.
Okay. Is this a meeting of ley lines or something?
I don't know. Hold on.
I don't know if ley lines are a concept that you use. I thought I heard you bring it up.
I did not.
A place of concentrated magical power.
I
know the woods are haunted.
Them woods be spooky.
It is not known specifically that inside of the rocks is a ley line.
Okay.
But there are magical things around this area.
All right. What is the skill we use for climbing crap?
Actually, what is that?
Oh, here we are. Athletics.
Yeah,
that's athletics. Yes.
Okay. You sure you want to climb up? I mean, I could climb up. What's your athletics?
Let me look.
So this would be a brawn with, I believe it's brawn with athletics. So it is.
I've got a 1 green, so you probably got better than I do.
Why don't you help me up, which will give me a blue die? I have 3 green.
I was going to say, well, the other thing is also you have Iravia with you, who also has high brawn.
Oh, well, Iravia, you want to climb up this butte?
Yeah, sure. Fuck it. Why not? I got nothing better to do. Let's do this. So I have 3 greens.
So both you and Tacent have 3 greens.
Yeah.
So you're essentially tied. So either one of you could climb it, but you, Tacent, specifically want to go up the wall?
I'm going to climb up, because if I get to the top before Iravia does, that's 2 wins I did today.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. Yeah, let me try and figure out what the difficulty would be.
It's time to make it a competition, is what you're saying.
It sounds like it.
Okay, I'll let Rafferty roll first then.
Okay. Let me just
So
try
2
and...
purples or something else?
Well, I'm trying to figure out what the difficulty would be.
I was gonna say, what's the scale of this? Because
Yeah, that's the thing I'm trying to think of. It's not meant for climbing. It's not like they've put things in that have like, oh, it's easier to climb. But you could, if you are like mountaineering enough, you could do it.
So anybody could do it. Doesn't that make it 2 purples? If anybody could do it, they just might fail.
Well, technically, it's actually 1 purple, but
So 2
there's
purple.
some slight difficulty. So yeah, let's just call it 2 purple.
So 2 purple.
Yep.
All right, I have 2 stars and a chevron.
Okay, so you succeed in getting up the mountain, and also think about how do you do it to your advantage.
I just get to the top. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
also,
you get to the top, and you kind of, as you do this, you also kind of see a path that can be there. So now that Iravia has seen it, when she climbs
I
up,
was gonna say it's a competition, wasn't it? Wasn't that the whole point?
I gotta see a
okay.
That's 3 greens, 2 purples.
Okay, so Iravia rolled two failures and 2 advantage. So you both get up the mountain. Well,
Probably doesn't completely
no.
grasp she falls off the mountain.
Actually, technically, Iravia, you get almost up there, but you basically you try and grab onto something, but you end up kind of falling off, but you fall in a way.
I would like to press my advantage and help Iravia up.
God damn it, you spiteful fucker.
Hold on. I gotta think about how that would work.
In other words, I mean, I have 2 successes and an advantage, and I can't think of anything that's even funnier than me getting to the top. And then when Iravia scrambles, grabbing her by the hand and pulling her up.
Exactly. No, it's perfect.
Full expression on my face.
I will let you do this because I don't exactly know what the rule thing for it. But I will let it happen on the guess what's actually. I should have done this in the first place. If you want to use a story point, I'll do that. Which you have 4, so
I'm not going to use a story point just to humiliate Iravia.
Okay.
I mean, I really don't understand. Well, I can ask about this later.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably better just to work it that way, because like a failure can come up in different ways, and this was supposed to be a race.
Yeah. Okay. So Iravia, you trail behind. As you you almost fall off. Tacent helps you up. As you do that, you kind of get a look of kind of the mountain. You kind of can see that there actually, you don't see anything specifically, but you see that there actually might be some caves up here.
God damn it, caves again.
Well, it's kind of weird. So it's a rise, but it has caves in it. Normally, this would be like when the glaciers came through here, they might leave behind large rises like this of boulders or harder stone. But then to have it porous and chimneys go through, how bizarre.
It's almost like I don't know how geography works.
Well, it could also be a weird manifestation of something strange.
Yeah.
But we're not in the real world, we're in the scrying world, which means can we actually die in this thing?
Actually, that's a good point. Why are you climbing? You can just float to the top.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Right.
This does seem weird. Why are we in a phantom zone doing this investigation where we could be doing it in the real world?
Because you can manipulate time in the phantom zone, and also
like crime scene investigation kind of thing.
Manipulate time. Can't we slow time down to the point where the ghost wouldn't be a blur and we could actually see them?
I think the point was the ghost wasn't manifesting to begin with.
Yeah, it was hidden.
So we had to track her through other means.
Imperceptible.
Yes, she is imperceptible at this point.
Okay, I thought she moved so quickly that we couldn't see her.
No, she just wasn't manifesting.
Yeah, we just pick
Ghosts.
up the energy ratings of just.
So after we get here, we could rewind and fast forward time until the point where she was actually here.
You could.
I mean, sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I mean, at least to look to make sure she was here.
Yeah.
Okay, so at this point, I'm not going to make anything roll for this because it doesn't make sense for them to have to do that. But you kind of see the world kind of like you see kind of time kind of move at a more rapid space as basically Henry and Bibley are trying to find like anything that could be useful. And you see them stop at around midnight. Or like you see them stop at night. Like it is now night. Like it just quickly moves to night. And basically you hear in the kind of thing is like, okay, I'm finding something specifically weird at this point, at a energy signal that's actually rather close to you. But I can't triangulate it from here. You might have to help triangulate this.
I want to see.
That's. Go ahead.
I mean, I think we've established they've been here, but it's a weird signature. Then if they went in the cave, I want to go in the cave.
Yeah, I guess let's head in the cave.
Cave time.
So since you kind of see the caves and you kind of
Before we go on,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, Bobby, who has been hanging out in the woods not doing anything, will, after they climb up the rock, walk up next to Elmis, take a look at the rock formation and say, "Boy, ain't she a beaut?" and walk off.
Sigh.
All right. So you find like there are several caves in the system, but I'll say since you were able to kind of figure it out and you have the energy detector, you find a cave. Like you see a cave that has an energy reading from it.
All right. So I'm getting like what, a 4 at this point now instead of a 3?
You'd be getting a 5 at this point. Like
Okay.
you're getting a large energy thing.
All right, we found the spot, guys. It starts walking towards just to see where, trying to going towards the center of the energy source to see where it is.
Can we see the present or just a certain point up to the past?
It's the time that the cameras that you place down would be active.
Right, so it'd be the time you record it. Okay, well then, but your cameras weren't recording what was in the cave, were they?
They're magic cameras that
I would say,
like they're not.
if you think of it, though, here's the thing I'll say about it: you'd think that would be the case,
huh?
but for some reason, you were able to see this area.
Huh? That's weird.
Oh, that has implications. So, who's ready to go to this cave in the real world?
Well, I am.
Oh boy, it's time for spelunking again.
But what does the cave look like in the dream world or the scrying world where we actually can't be really harmed?
Good question. Should go look.
Yeah, I guess we'll go in. Going in.
All right. So I take it, are you all going in at the same time?
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you all go into the cave. You go in, and essentially, when you walk into the cave, you walk in deep enough that essentially you see the light of the thing behind you, but you can't see any walls or anything. You can just see the light of the cave entrance behind you, and it is completely pitch black in there.
Only the light of Bobby's cigar.
Yeah, the light of your cigar is emanating, and it's not bouncing off anything. It
Right.
is
This is only what the cameras recorded, right?
right. In theory, that would be what the case is.
Okay, so no, we can't spelunk the caves in the scrying. We're gonna have to go look at it in real life. No, it makes sense to me.
That being said, you don't exactly get any resistance from walking further, and you do get an energy signal deeper in the cave.
Oh boy, this is enough information for me to say we're gonna need to get ready to get a bunch of spelunking equipment because it's time to go into the cave.
Oh, I haven't been spelunking in a while. That sounds like fun. All right, well let's get back to the real world since all we can establish is that this is a nexus of power, but can't actually determine anything about it since we didn't actually see it.
Okay. Does anyone want to poke around?
Bobby will.
Okay.
He is going to just... can we feel the walls in the darkness? We can't see them off the light.
You can't. So you just kind of walk around. There is a point in which you do walk, that you do encounter a wall.
Like how far into the cave?
Let's say about me great with scaling. Let's say about 50 yards. So it's a pretty far distance, but you do eventually come across a wall.
All right, Bobby will feel along the wall and keep walking.
Okay. You don't feel anything. Like it eventually wraps around.
Wraps around. All right.
So you go in and essentially it's a large like sphere or like circular thing.
All right.
But the thing is, it feels like unnaturally, like almost perfectly circular. Like it doesn't feel like it's a natural cave.
Yeah,
like
I get it.
Yeah.
This is the end of the camera catching, so all right.
Yeah.
That's enough for Bobby.
All right. Anyone else?
No, I'm eager to get back to the real world.
All right.
Yeah.
Ravi, you didn't want to do anything?
No, it always comes back to caves with me. I'm fucking used to it.
All right. So you essentially, is there anything else you want to do in this dream world?
No, I think
we all got the gist of it.
Yeah.
Actually, I do.
Bro?
All right.
Go to the point where we left after we had left the camp.
So just like at the very tail end, but before you started to do that. So what, like 8 o'clock in the morning the next day?
Yeah.
Okay. Does anyone else object to that?
No, that's fine.
Now, do you want to be in the cave when you do this?
No, we won't be back at the camp.
Okay, so you all walk back to the camp, and then it is the next day.
All right. Bobby wants to see if the camera caught something coming to check out the note he left.
So basically you want to see if anything like came by the note?
Yeah, like after he wrote it and they left, see if they caught it.
So nothing that they can let me think. I actually see, the problem is that I'm trying to think if I wanted to. You know what? I am going to say that. I'm trying to think how to do this because there's no like luck thing that I can make you roll. I could make you do a percentile roll and have it be like if you roll 25 and under out of 100, then something will happen.
All right, I'll do that. 88.
So you roll an 88. You can't detect if anything actually came by and read the note. The note is still there, but you can't specifically tell.
All right, then.
Okay. So anything else you want to see in the thing?
Nope, not that I could think of after that.
No, I'm good.
All right. So in that case, you all kind of, as you kind of say you're done, you basically all like what you see just kind of starts to fade to black, and the next thing you know, you all have woken up again.
All right.
All right, we're off to the L-shaped butte in the woods. Let's go.
Yep. Do you guys have any climbing equipment?
I brought.
Well, I'm sure Bobby would.
Yeah, I brought my hands on my and loose clothing.
Yeah. Is there any like equipment that you want to go and get now? So let's just say like, okay, you're doing that. Now would be a good time to go and grab anything you need. Also, is there anyone in particular now that you open up? Also, I kind of forgot the cast was with you the entire time.
Does technomancy only work if you specify what gear you're bringing with you ahead of time?
So how I'm going to have it work is that you essentially, if you have ranks in technomancy, I'm saying you have all the stuff that if you look at the magical utility tab and if you see in general kit, if it says yes, you have it. I'm just going to say you have it with you.
Okay. Well, yeah, I have ranks in technomancy, so I'm ready to go.
So all the things that are in there, basically the only thing that you wouldn't just have on hand is a camcorder, because that'd be like a really huge thing, like a TV and like a mobile computer.
Okay.
I'm back.
I'm back. So now that you've seen that there is some weird cave in the forest, is there anything? What do you want to do with it? So at this point, I guess you'd kind of, since you're all there, do you want to like discuss what you plan on doing?
I mean, a bunch of like helmets, lights, rations.
Rations?
Look, I'm going in prepared for us to get stuck in some weird magic labyrinth loop. If it doesn't happen, fine. I have some storable food for some other experiment. But in the event that we get stuck there for a while, I want to be prepared.
So our objective again is to find the ghost woman, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Just checking.
All right. So Bobby will just pull out a magazine, flip it open to the page that has advertising for a store, and just hand it to Elmis and say, "Go check out my hunting store. You'll find everything you need there." Bobby meanwhile has a meeting to get to before we go smoking.
Well, I guess I'll see you there when you guys are done shopping.
All right, see ya.
I'm off.
Yeah,
to the woods.
just call me when you're done.
I guess
I'll head off
Iravia.
with Tacent. Yeah, I'm not waiting.
Let's go.
Actually, Iravia, I need you.
What? Why do you need me?
The meeting, if it happens, is with Sophie.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, I can hang around. I'm not shopping though. God, no, I refuse to step in one of those.
So let me get straight. So Tacent, you're going to your house until you get ready.
No, I'm going straight to the woods right now. No,
okay,
wait.
so you're going straight there.
Yeah.
And Elmis and Bobby are going to the store. Well, technically, Elmis, Bobby, and Iravia are going to the store, although Iravia is going to sit out in the car, essentially. Is that what I'm hearing?
Right, I guess. Oh, right, that's the meeting place. Bobby place was.
Well, no, the meeting was at the Bobby's restaurant.
Ah,
You just
okay,
need to
so,
make the hunting store because it sells that stuff.
yeah, because.
Oh, right. Yes,
Hey,
that's
how
what
long
the
until
note
the
said.
meeting? Out of curiosity.
What was that?
So how long until the meeting?
I think like an hour.
Yeah, okay. Ravi's just gonna head to the restaurant ahead of time and just start ordering food.
Yeah. I'll have my phone with me if you need to reach me. Of course, it might not work in the cave.
Yeah, only one way to find out.
All right. Good meeting, team.
Yeah.
So, Iravia, you're going to the restaurant before everyone else?
Yeah, I'm just gonna start eating. Just gonna start chowing down ahead of time. Go
Okay.
ahead.
So the restaurant that you're at is like an American style diner, right?
Mhm.
Or what was the restaurant you were thinking?
Bobby's
No,
restaurant.
yeah, go on.
Like,
So
it's
is it-
burger.
So it's a burger place?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just say that, yeah, you kind of go into it. There are booths. There also is like an old fashioned diner bar kind of thing that you could sit there.
Because like there's definitely no eating going on at the fucking meeting, so may as well just get something in ahead of time.
Okay, and you, what's the time that this is at? So this would be what, around like 1-ish, 1:30ish?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just say that Iravia, you get there like at like 12:30.
Okay.
You go, where do you want to sit?
I'll find a booth if there is one. For myself.
Smoking or not?
Non-smoking.
I was gonna say it's the 70s, it's all smoking. So yeah, you go, you find an empty booth, and you kind of let's just say it's one of the places where you have to place your order first. So let's just say you place your order and then you just start kind of waiting for your food.
Yeah, I mean, I know Bobby is going to cover it, so I'm just ordering everything.
All right.
It's getting there ahead of time.
So you're sitting at your table, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. As you're kind of just sitting there, I'm just trying to think. You see a, let's just say he is a, let's just say a old, like a elderly looking, like not, well, like let's say mid-60s looking human, white, like white beard, just like an old, like looking like dude. You see that he has pointed ears, so he is likely an American, judging by the way he's dressed in, like he has like a, let's just say, a trench coat on. He looks somewhat businessy. You see him kind of walk into the store. There are other people at the store, but you happen to see him, and he is just kind of walking into the restaurant, and he happens to just kind of take a look, and he looks somewhat confused, and he happens to walk by your um, he's having to walking by your booth, and he's just kind of is looking around.
You doing all right, buddy?
Oh, what? Yeah, I just have never really been in this place before, so I'm just trying to figure out where everything is. I'm kind of new to town here.
I mean, can't really say at this point, but kind of the same. You want to sit down?
Sure. I don't know if I'm quite. I gotta think about what I want.
It's fine. Order whatever you want. It's not on my dime. Someone else is paying for it, so you can get anything.
Interesting. I don't have your name. My name is Bernard. What's your name?
The name's Iravia.
Aravia. That's a good name.
Is it?
Yeah. It's a pretty good name.
I guess. I've had it as long as I can remember, so it must be good.
Yeah, kind of like I've had Bernard as far as I remember.
And I'd be surprised if you didn't, honestly.
I suppose, yeah.
No, I'm just saying, folks say my memory isn't the greatest, but I can at least remember that much.
Memory's a funny thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I've heard it gets worse as you get older, but like I've always been bad at it.
Yeah. Guess people like us have kind of been bad at memory since the dawn of time.
Wait, what do you mean like us?
Not just people like us.
What do you mean like us?
Just regular folks.
Okay. Sorry, you said it weird.
Yeah, I have a habit of doing that.
Is Cass there?
I didn't know. This is just Iravia.
Just Iravia goes in for a handshake. Still, Bernard, it's nice to meet you.
It is. So what you doing here?
Is he gonna shake her hand or not?
Oh, he reaches over and shakes his hand, or shake her hand.
Oh, I'm just waiting for people, including the person who's gonna pay for all this.
Get into trouble?
You know, I don't know what it's like to not be in trouble, if I'm gonna be honest.
I suppose. By the way, he kind of reaches in to his, like, he reaches into his trench coat and like into a pocket. He's like, yeah, I suppose. And he brings out a bottle of wine. that on the label of it is just labeled. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, it's fine. Definitely didn't mute my mic to fucking cough.
He reaches in and he pulls out he has a bottle of wine with it. He's like, yeah, I had been looking actually to give this to a friend, someone I've been looking for a while. And he puts down the bottle of wine, and on the wine bottle is just a label that on it says Bacchus.
Oh, okay.
Do you know if anyone was ever looking for one of these?
I mean, the name seems familiar. Iravia just has this look as she just starts digging through her memory, trying to remember the events of the last fucking the last
Arc.
Yeah. Again, bad memory, but she's trying.
Hopefully this wine isn't poisoned.
Yeah, it's just I happened to seen someone who was looking for one of these.
You sure that wine's good?
I mean, it's as good as I remember it, and he let's see, it wouldn't. I was about to have him take a swig of it, but that wouldn't make sense.
The man fucking smuggled in a bottle of wine to a diner. This man's already shady as shit.
It's all right. This place is bringing her
own. So he places it on the table, and he's like, "Yeah, it seemed pretty good when I did last time, or when I looked at it last."
Sure. I mean, I've heard. I don't know. I've heard there have been issues in the past.
Well,
wine poisonings.
Well, I don't think this is from that area. So we just remember seeing someone looking at it and kind of bummed that they never got a chance to try this wine. So we put the bottle of wine on the table. Is there anything you want to do with it?
I'm trying to think, actually. That's because my throat is full of shit. Give me a second. Ahem. I'll grab it and look at it closer.
Okay. So let me think about how I want to do this. You grab the bottle, and as you grab the bottle, you can feel something about it feels unnatural. Like you feel like you grab it, and while it's giving like the same resistance as like a wine bottle would, you feel that it's not like made out of a material that like it feels like it's not like it's made out of a synthetic glass. Like it's not like it feels almost outer worldly. And as you grab it, you start to see everything around you except for the booth that you're sitting in fade darker. So it is just you and him at the booth.
What the fuck did you just do?
It seems like we've had this conversation multiple times, and it's always seemed funny that no matter how many times we've had it, it's always you happening to get involved in things. As he says this, he stands up. He's like, I don't know how this keeps on happening. I just find it funny that.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Let's just say I am surprised that that we keep on, no matter how many times we've met, it always seems like you're getting into this kind of stuff.
Look, some people are just drawn to trouble, and that's how I am.
I guess that is the case. I mean, it makes sense. And as he starts to walk away to like the edge of the thing, and like the edge of like your cone of vision, or like the kind of vision that you can see. And as he kind of looks back and he says, it's just always surprising what fun things you always get into. And then you see him walk out, and then you see everything return to normal. And you see the wine bottle like is no longer in your hand.
Just Iravia just sits there puzzled and ruminating on this.
Thank you for listening to Hazeltown Story. If you would like to get updates on this show and many other shows hosted by me, LoloDePuzlo, you can follow at Hazeltown Story on Twitter, and if you would like to get to know me more from a personal standpoint, you can follow my personal Twitter at LoloDePuzlo. If you would like to watch this be recorded live, you can go to twitch.tv/LoloDePuzlo and follow the channel for notifications of when this show, as well as other shows like Retro Rank Rhapsody, are being recorded. If you would like to add this podcast to your podcatcher of choice, you can search for WLDP Hazeltown Radio and find us on most major podcatching search engines. Or you can manually add rss.hazeltown.life to your podcatcher. Thank you for listening, and I hope you come around for the next episode.